By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to explain the role of Ruby gems and bundler. In Ruby, every gem has a name, version, and a platform. For instance, the popular Rake gem has a 0.8.7 version from May 2009. Rake's platform is Ruby, which means it will work on any platform that Ruby runs on. Ruby gems will automatically download the correct version of a gem for your platform. Gems contain the following components. There's code, including any tests and any supporting utilities, documentation, and a gem spec file. Gems follow a standard code structure and organization. The major components of a gem are the lib directory, which contains the code for the gem. There also is a test or a spec directory, which contains all the tests. And most gems have a Rake file, which the Rake program uses to generate code and automate tests. Any documentation is included in the README or in line with the code. And lastly, gems include a gem spec, which contains info about the gem. This file includes the files, test info, platform, version number, runtime dependencies, development dependencies, and also the author's email and name. What is Bundler? Bundler provides a consistent environment for Ruby projects by tracking and installing the exact gems and versions that are needed. Bundler is an exit from dependency hell and ensures that the gems you need are present in development, staging, and production. In your application, you will have a gem file where you can declare all your dependencies. It will often look like this. Looking at the code, we can notice a few different things. First, it tells Bundler to look for any gems declared in the gem file at rubygems.org. That is the default. However, if you have any gems that are stored on a private server, you can override the default source on a case-by-case basis. Next, you provide a list of dependencies. Each dependency can request a specific version, any version, or a version range. Now that you've declared your dependencies, you can tell Bundler to install them. The command is simple. It's simply bundle install. Now Bundler will connect to rubygems.org and any other sources you've defined, and find a list of all your required gems with the versions you specified. Remember that each of your dependencies have dependencies of their own, and those dependencies will likely have dependencies. So even if you only have 3 dependencies listed in your gem file, running bundle install can install quite a few gems. After installing all the necessary gems on your file system, Bundler creates a snapshot file of all the gems and versions that were installed and saves it to a file called gemfile.lock. When you run commands using bundle exec, like bundle exec rails s, Bundler will ensure that the environment is sandboxed to the version specified by the lock file. This allows for a version of Ruby to have multiple versions of the same gem installed without causing problems at runtime. So, in summary, gems are self-contained chunks of code, testing, and documentation that follow a standard code structure and organization. Bundler is a standardized way of tracking, organizing, and downloading an application's dependencies. Please write in your own words a brief summary that describes the role of gems and Bundler in a Ruby on Rails application.